my name is Sylweed and welcome back to School of Dragons and more specifically Community Council. I am very sorry about the extreme delay on these Community Council videos, but the reasoning behind it is really that in the last episode I talked about the firing animations in School of Dragons that are still missing when your dragons are in air when they're flying. And that hasn't been fixed, so it has been really depressing to just talk about it and just like nothing happened, and it's been a problem for a lot of people. And it was pretty devastating because it's a big thing, it's a big part of the game, and I was just pretty upset and angry with the admins for not looking into that or even giving us any information on what happened to these animations. So that's why. But of course that shouldn't be blamed on you guys. That shouldn't be having any effect on you guys because it's not your fault. So I'm going back now to that old video and checking out some of the suggestions, and we're gonna go take a look at it and get a good community council video out of this one, hopefully. So the first suggestion is by Lord Strike, who said they should add the gender of your dragon on the dragon's profile, and they should make the speech stinger titan walk on water like in the series. So a gender specific icon for your dragons is something that's missing in the game. I think it's pretty important. I'm not saying that we should have any distinct feature in the dragon that distinguishes genders, because that's a whole big operation, but just on your page when you look at your dragon, maybe we could have just a little icon saying this is a female or this is a male, also for people that look on our profile and check out our dragons, and then there's a little icon that says this is a female or this is a male, so that people know. It's just when you invest some time into these dragons, maybe you build up a little story for them, you give them a character, you hatch them, you raise them, all this stuff. It just would be nice if there was some sign, some sign of distinctive gender for the dragon. When we do select it, we select it when we hatch them, but then it just never shows up again. So it kind of seems pointless to select it back then. And then it doesn't show up anywhere. So I would really get by this idea because it's pretty important when it is like a role-playing game, which School of Dragons is. So I can definitely get behind that. The speech thing, on the other hand, is also a really great idea, and one I've seen multiple people suggest, that the speech stinger titan should be able to walk on water, and a lot of people also been saying that just the regular speech stinger should be able to walk on water because we see that in the show. And I think this is a really nice idea, and it's definitely something that could distinctively set the speech stinger aside as a unique dragon that actually has an ability that the flying dragons doesn't, if you know what I mean. Because right now the speech stinger is just this flightless dragon and that's all there is to it. You're just taking something from it and not giving it anything back. So if the speech stinger, and maybe even just the titan, would be able to run on the water, that would give the speech stinger a whole new playing field compared to the flying dragons, and give it a whole new feature that will make it way more attractive for people to get. And I know that a lot of you guys love the speech stinger, so it'll be really good to see an upgrade on this dragon, because it's a wonderful dragon. It's a really cool and cute dragon. It's very unique. We don't have that many flightless dragons. I think that's the only one we have in the game right now. So it's really special, and I think it'll be a very nice idea for them to incorporate the running on water. If they're gonna do it on the Titan, that's fine. You don't have to go and change it now, what it looks like now, what it's doing now. But do it on the Titan. The Titan is still up for debate. We haven't seen the Titan yet, so it'd be really cool if it could run on water and just, you know, be more in touch with the show. Maybe you could be like, when you're moving, you're like going, but then if you stop, you will go down into the water because you have to be moving in order to stay afloat. So that could be really cool. You could do a lot of different features with this Titan speech stinger. So I hope it's something they'll think about, but I'm not really sure, but we will just cross our fingers and hope that's something we get in the future. The next suggestion is by Artpart 20049. The dragon should be able to roar. And I think this person means roar, obviously, which is something I think is really cool. Because I play games like The Isle, which is about dinosaurs, and you can roar just by clicking different buttons. So in School of Dragons, if all the dragons had a different roar, you can click and then you get a little animation where it opens its mouth and go roar. That could be really cool, because each dragon will have a different roar and you can go and interact with your friends like that. I see that in other games that you can go ahead and do that because we don't really have any interaction on our dragons. We can fire at people. That's not really that friendly, but a roar could be friendly. Maybe we could have two different ones. One that's like kind of more angry and one that's like happy roar, like a little roar. Like just, you know, interacting like that. It's a really nice communication that you could have without really typing things down, because there's a lot of problems with the freaking chat on School Dragons. You guys know it if you play the game. It's very buggy, so that could be really cool. Just have like a little roar, and it wouldn't be much. It would just be like a single button and then a little animation. You just open the mouth. It doesn't even have to be anything fancy, and then a little roar comes out that's distinctive for that dragon. That could be really, really cool and really, really fun to do, I think. So definitely hope that they could incorporate something like that. It's a great idea, so really nice suggestion right there. The next one is from Xingxiong. They should add where you can jump off your dragon where they're flying. So we have the flight suit, which kind of enables you to do this, kind of get off your dragon, but really it's just like you teleport, and then you're like beside your dragon and you're flying down in your flight suit, and your dragon is beside you, which is cool. It's really cool that they added that. But what this person's talking about, I think, is that you jump off and you free fall down, you dive directly down with your dragon, like we see in the second movie, How to Train Your Dragon 2. And that's something that I found really, really interesting and really cool to do. Imagine that you're on your dragon and you kind of get up in a position that you're ready to jump, and then you jump off your dragon, just fall straight down with your dragon maybe diving beside you, maybe even not, just diving down. You go like really high up and just jump out and dive, and then your dragon saves you in the last second. Or you can decide when the dragon comes in and save you, or it just automatically saves you when you're close to the ground, so it comes like shoom, and then you're back on your dragon's back. That's really cool. That's something that's really, really true to the show, and also something that could be really, really funny and just, you know, great for any kind of video making, for role playing, for just having fun in the game in general. So I think that's a really, really good idea, and it could be amazing to see something like that just falling down. I love diving. It's just incredible to do that with your dragon. So if you can do it just to like jumping off, and then maybe later activate your flight suit if you have that, and then just glide off, because this could also be a feature that people without a flight suit, without membership, without any of the expansion packs could do, and just jump on off your dragon, and then it would save you in the last second. It's really, really good feature. I could definitely see it happening, and it would be really amazing. The last one we're gonna take today is from John123, who said, "The Speed Stinger is one of my favorite dragons, but you can't race, so I thought that they should make land races with obstacle for the Speed Stinger so that it can be used more often." Once again, we need more love for the Speed Stinger. This dragon really needs some tender care, because the Speed Stinger is very undermined in the game. It can run really fast, and that's nice that they did incorporate the speed of the Speed Stinger. But apart from that, we don't really see much of anything that is distinctive for this dragon. You can't race, you can't run the water, you can't do anything special, you can't jump really high. They probably can't do that in the show, so it'd be kind of strange too. They do jump pretty well though, but not, you know, that high. So to make a race where you run on the land, it doesn't even have to be many, just run race. One Speed Stinger race where you can run an obstacle, maybe like a lot of different, you know, tracks, and then you're running on different tracks with like each single Speed Stinger that's racing is doing on a single track. There's a spider over there, and I don't like it. Sorry, I'm fine. Cat, go destroy the spider, please. I'll let it out in a second. I just stop looking at it, like looking at it like spiders. I like spiders. Shh, stop it. Sorry. Speed Stinger races, because dragons like the Cavern Crasher is also a really nice dragon that would have more relevance in the game if we had a race for it where it could run in Thunder Run Racing, or call it something else, make a little house for somewhere else and put that those dragons in there, because there might be more flyless dragons in the future, and then you can go ahead and race with them in a special race. It would also make more people buy the dragon, because then this dragon is distinctive for that, and you can get like trophies from that too. And I think it could be really fun. It could be a really, really cool thing to do. The Speed Stinger needs more attention because it's a really unique dragon, and it deserves that amount of attention because a lot of people love it. I love it. I really love it. It's a really great dragon. So to have races for land dragons is incredible. Really, really cool. So that's all the suggestions we had time for today. There were some really good ones. I'm sorry it took me 7 months to pick them up. Can't believe it's been 7 months, that's terrible. But if you guys go ahead and leave more suggestions, I will do my best to get the video out sooner than 7 months. Keep in mind, like the other episodes, if you don't remember everything, look at the topics we've already discussed, because I see a lot of the same toppings. We're making a pizza now, guys, apparently. The same topics, because a lot of people are saying we should have a trading system, which we already talked about in the second episode, I think, or the third, maybe, one of the early episodes at least. So we already addressed this, and you can suggest it, all right? I will see it, but it won't be picked for the video because it was already featured in a video. So just keep that in mind when you make suggestions. So I'm talking too much, and you should just go ahead and think of some ideas for any features you would like to see in School of Dragons, and we'll discuss them here on Community Council. Thank you so much for watching. I will go release a spider into the wild, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. So long, dragon riders!